Alright, here we go. Plan around. We've got even more Nan Gongsheng. Nan Gongsheng has put a coat on.
Tail.
Ready for business. Okay. So Muhu kind of a rogue pick here.
Well, our boy Momo, or at least my boy Momo, is back on Catgirl. You're allowed to have your own boys.
Imagine we'll see you and Washin running back the same strategies here. No Mirage pick, Entangle pick again. Is this going to be mountains? No, it's Wet Tiger. I guess you can just show up to whatever you want to a tournament. Feng Shu, no Mirage. Feng Shu, I kind of expected to see a little bit more from CJ.
Does CJ play Fang Shu with frequency?
No, it was more two separate statements. Expected to see more Feng Shu. Also, CJ is on Feng Shu.
Okay. Do we know their Mirage card? Well, they don't have a side job yet.
No.
Do we know the Mirage card?
No Mirage. I did not realize that Titania's cam was covering the Mirage. Yeah, my bad. Sorry guys. I thought you could all see that. We had Ten Xian band, Long Yao band, and then a whole pile of Mirages that other than Cloud Dance Rhythm haven't really been getting played. I guess Astral Fleche was one that was banned sort of eventually. People just aren't showing up with Astral Fleche very much. What character am I missing? Lu Jianxin, Ten Xian, Long Yao, and the fourth character band.
Good question. It's Long Yao, Tan Xian, Lu Jianxin. I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's alright. It's not too big a deal. I think they doubled down on Ten Xian, actually. I think Ten Xian was banned last round, and there was just no...
yes. Yeah. Tan Xian again. That's correct. You said we haven't been seeing anyone show up with the Fleche style stuff this set, but a little more conspicuously, we've been seeing barely any Heptastar at all. We saw double Tan Xian in the first one, but since she's been on permaban basis after that, this is the only other Heptastar character we've seen is CJ boldly running out Fang Shu.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising. I think Feng Shu, I guess without Fleche, people are much less interested in Zhang Ximing, which does make sense. He's was not typically regarded as a especially strong character outside the seasonal mechanics, and then every seasonal mechanic gives him a turn 1 chase, and then he's a monster. So
somehow Soul Stat always seems to break season mechanics.
Yeah. But Feng Shu's a character that I feel like people hold in very, very high esteem. And just not really seeing much of it. No Musician DX either. Yeah, I feel like maybe people might have had Musician DX as like a backup option, and then just not really needed to move off Nangongshong like perhaps they were anticipating.
Okay, taking Tiger losses here, but these first 4 to 5 Tiger rounds are the rough ones, the pre-Metal Ring era.
Do you think we're taking Metal Ring? We looked Billows.
Okay.
I'm not sure because did I miss something? Didn't we click Billows, but we're Painter? Maybe I saw something because it seems like we're not doing that nonsense. Or maybe we have maybe we're planning to backdoor into it. rather than play a musician mid game.
I suppose we'll find out, but there's a few options. He could be backdooring it into it. He could have believed that he took mountains and, oops, misclick. He'll find out to his great surprise.
Yeah. So Seal has very skillfully drawn a Wood Spirit Secret Seal, so can't ask for much more than that at this stage of the game as Nangongshong.
It's a little bit more dominant when you can hit hard bamboos. Or, sorry, not hard bamboo, the other bamboo. Flaccid.
Bamboo.
Yeah.
Bamboo classic.
But it's, I mean, it's obviously good regardless with or with.
Yeah.
Okay, so far, Fang Shu's doing the expected Fang Shu things.
Mm-hmm.
They are Plant Master. Plant Master leads me to believe that they're, well, normally it would lead me to believe that they're on Fleche. And that they're intending to take their P4 ability and skip their P5. I think that's the most normal and natural Plant Master route. But clearly can't be the case because we know Fleche is banned.
Yeah, but I think Plant Master Feng Shu is pretty solid anyway with your tier 4. You can still just run like Heaven Hex and then do some combination of Strike Twice, Spine, and Side and have a pretty brutal mix-up to catch people out with. I don't think you necessarily
classic
need
Heptastar. The classic Heptastar. I have gold card.
Yeah.
That's your board out.
Classic Heptastar. Do you know this card deals like 28 damage when it's fully upgraded? 26? 26. Either way, a not real number.
I think you are correct with 28.
Really?
Maybe I'm wrong.
It truly
No.
is.
Wait, yeah, it's I think it's 16, 22, 28. It gains 6 at both levels, right?
What an upgrade. Okay, so it looks like we are doing the just play something until we get to Billows Plus, because we're keeping Water Spirit Formation and we took Concentrated Element over Metal Ring, or Kunwu Ring, which, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that has to be actual Billows then, right?
Yeah, just...
So here's the question, why are we a painter?
We can find out Billows.
Okay, must be.
Maybe...
just...
Maybe
That's
it's...
why I ask about my paint cannot find Billows. Fun fact.
Maybe it's a pivot between water and earth. But yeah, it's a board that doesn't lose to Vine. It does kind of lose to cards with text on them, but not Vine specifically. You once again.
You can tell I'm not sold.
I'm not sold either. I think
but you know, maybe our Tiger player can make me see the light. It's possible. I'm open to it.
So we've once again seen, I think, Yi skip Explosion for Cultivation. This should pick up. What is this Entangling again? Because we've skipped our tier 4, which is usually a pretty strong. It's usually a kind of important part of the Entangling board, or at least a valuable part of it. It's interesting to have skipped.
I would say more than valuable, it is absolutely grade A critical, because if you don't have shift stance to get into the stick form, then you don't generate free chi to play your Entangling Vines.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my assessment to what you just said. Wow, that is a lot of free physique from that Sky Spirit tune.
Yup.
We're appreciative, I'm sure. The kindness tune is here to smooth over the worries.
Really an invigorating ballad.
So, see you once again on Elixir, once again running their Divine Power Elixir here, sort of a second Wood Spirit Seal, a second slightly worse Wood Spirit Seal. It looked really good when Seal didn't draw any Wood Seals, but now that they've drawn one immediately, it's kind of looking like it kind of looks like, well, you didn't really need this.
They set the bar too high by performing without. Is that what we're going with?
Exactly.
All right, I assume we're about to see a Fang Shu the hexagrams explain pick here, right? They're just deciding what two cards to eat.
That's what it looks like. It's always a bit
Oh,
tough whether you decide to keep the Gen Hex around, because like you could always just draw another one and it's not like upgrading it really does very much. Whereas like your cards that deal like 20 damage are pretty valuable right now. It looks like we ended up kicking the... Oh no, we kept the Gen Hex. We kicked the Scroll. Fair enough. And combined the hits.
we did. We had many hex options to keep. You generally want to keep 2 of them so that Hex Explain turns on immediately, but he had 4 different choices. In the end, I like the 2 that he chose to keep.
I think so too. I think Flame Hex is one you basically never really end up on, and Gen Hex is valuable into the late game. Having a billion chi is very good on tier 4. That max hit with the floor just absolutely deleting the Nangong Shong.
Furthermore, I'm a pretty big proponent of eating the Jade Scroll. Maybe not necessarily for the P4 breakthrough, but definitely for the P5 breakthrough.
Yeah,
I think you should eat it.
Yeah.
It's Elixir and Plant Master are the 2 side jobs that are going to give you the most difficulty on a P5 roll down, because they have so many cards that you can't put on their board but want to save anyway.
Yeah.
And so if you're just desperate for cards to roll, well, if you don't eat that Jade Scroll as part of the breakthrough, you're going to get pressured into rolling it by not having enough cards. And
Yeah.
that's just suboptimal right there. Then you're not stripping extra Jade Scrolls out of your card pool. You could be stripping some other miss out of your card pool with the roll instead.
I do agree. I think tier 4 is a pretty good place to drop the Jade Scroll. If nothing else, even the fact that like your Gen Hex now is going to provide a million floor and is a card that's going to be more valuable than Jade Scroll going long, it makes a lot of sense to kick it there, in my opinion.
I usually keep the Jade Scroll, but he had a good enough through P4. I mean, and then kick it for 5.
Sure.
But he had just had so many good cards that he'd hit that I think it's completely understandable.
All right. See you facing down Momo again. She's bored here. It's fine. It's not quite it's not like quite as impressive as some child boards on tier 3 are, but it's getting the job done fine, and that extra life doing quite a lot of work against the
I mean, come on, Surreal, say the line. Momo, where's your air cloud Fulu?
It's a good question. Where is it? I think the issue there was actually that the poke from the sword intent wasn't quite enough to proc the first death.
I'm aware. I mean this time, like, look, in game 1, you think about it, he didn't save the Fire Cloud Fulu for that 1 round that he needed, and it was one of the only 2 rounds he lost in the game.
Do you reckon?
Well, if you're not going to save the Fire Cloud Fulu, maybe just pick Musician instead.
Do you reckon?
And that's what Momo's done.
Do you reckon Momo calculated the damage they needed and then like CO ate a bodybuilding elixir to survive by 1? I think that's the thing that might have happened. It's possible.
I predict that's probably not how it went down. But but it's cool to imagine. It could have. It could have. I wouldn't rule it out.
Okay, so Seal fighting Washin drawing 2 Wood Spirit Secret Seals. And having access to the Sword Bamboo. Pretty nice nice setup here. So Washin did take his switch. It's the other Nangong Shang that skipped it here.
The one that's not CU or Wuqian?
I believe so, yeah. I think we have one explosion Nangong Shang with the fancy costume.
What's up, CU? You can't blame this one on bodybuilding elixir.
Alright. Well, our tiger friend is struggling a bit. Alright, time for the round 11 breakthrough. Found the vine.
Yep. The mandatory vine. UWF probably somewhere in the next 10 rolls.
Where I imagine we're considering, yeah, this blast and this the flash fire going. Got the fruits.
Oh, observer, please keep showing us the agony of this Nangong Shan. Oh, darn it. I love watching people in the throes of agony about not having a cards to roll. Look, no, it's not a sadism thing, I swear. It's, It's just... No, it's just that, like, I actually think that there's some interesting trade-off decisions being made in those moments about what cards they can afford to roll when they don't have enough of them.
Definitely. No, I do agree. Speaking of interesting trade-off decisions here, this board has been bouncing around as we try to assemble the best combination of UWF cards and things to activate them. Have all 3 children got their UWF? I think all 3 children have their UWF. I think we've clicked on all 3 and all 3 have got it, you know, slot 1 on their board. Geared up.
No, I think one of them hasn't hit yet.
Okay.
At least they haven't hit at the moment that we clicked away.
Sure, okay.
They may have now.
I see. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they've all got it. Well, Sio definitely has it.
I agree. Expert analysis by Titania.
It's all I want to hear, to be honest. Alright, so CJ's board pretty good. I'm not sure that it's gonna hold up to online UWF board by Sio. That's exactly enough damage on the Scarlet Flame. So Sio saying 81 Destiny, not a bad spot to be. Did they have to pick Destiny on tier 5? I feel like they were lower. Ooh, Thunder Trip for CJ. Nice pickup. Still 2 lives, unless the game goes very, very long. Getting the 5 Thunders, probably that and Heaven Hex are the 2 things, the most critical pieces of tech for...
For sure, on the 5 Thunders. I think you could often just sub a Lake Hex or something, and obviously it's worse in the case of Heaven Hex, but it gets it done. You're 1 turn slower. No 5 Thunders, and you're generally you're pretty far behind, is my experience.
I see we have Divine Brush and Falling Paper Clouds on our board. So is this,
okay. Look, the last time I cast a tournament with you, we watched a tiger put a Divine Brush on their board. Cycle 1, it hit Fire Seal to get fire active. Cycle 2, it hit Blazing Prairie, which was only active because of the Fire Seal. There were no other fire cards on this board. And Cycle 3, it hit Burning Sky for the kill.
Well,
so maybe this Tiger player is just informed about the history here.
Yeah, we'll see if history can repeat here. Alright, so Willow Leaf. Ooh, Apex Chitadama? That card is not...
sorry, is that in Momo's hands or the other cat girl? It's in Momo's hands.
Momo's got Apex Chitadama.
You go, Momo. Oh,
It's not.
I'm gonna pop off if I see him win all 3 games.
It's not the most impressive of treasures, but it does get the job done. It looks like we're going the route of bring the child to 0 once and then play Kindness Tune.
Oh well, no, this kills here
Oh.
because he just needed his burst sword to charge Apex for 2 turns. Obviously, surreal.
That is very funny.
I'm saying this like it's tongue in cheek, but I'm quite sure that that was his rationale.
I think you're right. You just needed a card that doesn't attack to get the extra 2 attack up. So Seo sitting in first place here. I mean, if Seo wins out, I'm pretty sure that gets them through to the next round. Damu who won, I think the other cat girl had a disastrous breakthrough, or at least a breakthrough that required them to hold too many cards, because their board did not look like a board when I glanced at that fight. That's a board. I mean,
Sure is. Okay, so
just hit double tsunami.
So the selling point I am being pitched on here for why play Painter with this board appears to legitimately be Divine Brush, of course, and
I think if what I've been told is correct, this is 4D here, playing Tiger, who I think we were saying went 8th and 7th, if I'm recalling correctly.
Okay.
So maybe they're just like, oh, what the hell? Time to.
Oh, you think mathematically they are out with certainty, and therefore it's just time to have some fun?
Possibly. I think that might be what's going on, but I don't want to guess. Maybe they know something I don't. No, they are the ones.
If that's the case, if that guess is correct, I think they have too many paper clouds and not enough Divine Brush.
That's true. And paper clouds well, I was gonna say paper clouds is kind of good against Crash Fist. Paper clouds can be good against Crash Fist. Yeah, just hit that one.
If it deigns to be. Yeah.
Not so much that one.
Yeah, that wasn't the one. Paper clouds. Get with the program here.
the shocked spam gonna defeat 4D here. CJ picking up another loss to Nanrajung. The lack of Heaven X really hurting them. This is another not really a board by the other cat girl. Curious to see what's going on in her hand. I mean, did they win? Maybe they perma-stunned and got there with regen tune. Okay, I see what's going on in their hand. Their hand is a lot of tech and not very much gas.
No kidding. The universe has a cruel sense of fate, because you'll notice this non-Momo Catgirl player is the one who actually took Fortunes and Luck at P5, and yet Momo's the one with the Apex.
I do appreciate, for a brief moment, the board was Regen Tune, Rup Sprite, Kindness Tune, Rup Sprite, Tama. Truly a board for desperate times. I mean, we've got a Max Sky Spirit tune here, so clearly Dharma is the vision.
Yeah, I think so, but yeah, they're looking for chord and tunes. They're keeping the inspiration, so they probably want this to look like, chord Sky Spirit, chord Inspiration, Dragon Roam, Dharma. They're saving every one of those cards that I just listed.
Yeah, including rolling away a third copy of Apparition Confusion, which, isn't a piece of tech they clearly value because they're holding on to 2 copies of it, but deciding that they have to drop something. DJ has.
In the meantime, they are just hard Destiny stuff.
Yeah.
They have the Capsule Bless and the upgraded Kindness tune, and they're just saying that's going to give me a few rounds to find it.
Right. So you're running the turn 1 Circ Combined Worlds deck. It's a line I kind of love. Really effective against a board that's trying to burst you down. There, I think actually CJ's a little bit slower than he was anticipating. this 5 Thunders coming down after most of the combined world stacks have actually dropped off.
Yeah, it worked out a little unfortunately there that he decided to strike twice the starry moon, slowing down. More so than the extra star power, it was the slowdown, so the extra combined world charge.
Yeah. Speaking of unfortunate, the Thunder and Lightning almost did not win the fight. It rolled 1 over lethal with the no hexagrams available to it.
And the spooky thunder and lightning. Gotta roll the dice.
Yeah. Well, rolled average enough to win. Yeah, we have our upgraded vine. The detoxifying plant is not. Detoxifying plant is good against vine, right? Because it reduces the debuff by 3, and then if you have 0, it chases. So it actually
That is correct.
cleanses the vine and then performs a chase. So it's a relatively efficient way to clear vine.
Make sure you line it up right, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you line it up wrong, it's not as bad as it could be, because then it will just cleanse the wound and then chase.
Yeah.
But you will still be down a turn for having lined it up.
Yeah, the bigger issue is if you you run it out too early and then you get entangled anyway, and then it's kind of a train wreck. You spent half a turn doing nothing and still get anti-chased. Alright. Make or break time for Skatgirl. CJ's board looks pretty good now. Of course, Vine can still Vine.
I mean, he's missing a Sir. Oh, CJ's board looks good. Okay, yeah.
This board looks.
That's.
This board looks fine.
It's solid. It's solid, but it's missing a Cirque, and it's kind of a big deal. Like, he's playing a chase into chase here as a result. Or he's getting the first of the 2 chases sided. Brilliant play.
Unfortunately, for this Nangongsheng, Willow-Leaf does not chase off Vine if you don't activate Wood, so... Man, CJ's a sniper with this Thunder and Lightning. So you're taking down Crash Fists. Okay, so CJ kind of climbing back into it. Feng Shu really sort of starting to pay off now. Got the upgraded Heaven Hex too, so now their chi situation is a lot better too.
Both cat girls are slowly bleeding out through Cat Soul Bless. Both of them have lost their last few.
Yeah, we're seeing here the Rebirth procs and then man, just barely. Wow, that's a really close fight. Just barely dying there. Apparition Confusion not quite getting the job done.
Not quite, yeah. I mean, they obviously played it with intent for it to get the kill after Dharma, but the multi-hits do damage too, it turns out.
Yep. Oh, a Demon Dow Fruit in the Lee Man's hand. So yeah, their decision to skip the tier 4 makes a lot more sense given this time they're just playing like classic Force Fist. You usually end up getting off your tier 4 anyway.
That's understandable. It makes some sense, but it means no vines.
Yeah. Dow Fruit eaten, so this is make or break for Lee Man fighting our intrepid cat girl who's struggling to put their board together here. We'll see.
Oof, 1 too slow to get off that predicament.
Yeah. Still gonna do a little bit of work, but it's a scary matchup to be going second in either way. This is enough damage there.
Predicament really took it down, despite missing the first chase.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a full chase board setup, and yeah.
Yep. The keeping in the blink there. I think sometimes you can cut blink on Lee Man. You can end up making like extra agility just from your tier 3 and stringing together an extra chase that way. It's sometimes a way you can beat the predicament. You sort of play into both a little bit. Ooh, I think...
No, Momo's not playing his Apex Seated Dharma.
Sad. CJ getting Rup Sprited out of the game there, I believe we just saw. Not able to get to their payoffs in the face of Momo's Rup Sprites. And Burst Swords, as you can see here. Just the classic. You don't get to play a cardboard.
Yep, I'll say it a fourth time that Rup Sprite, it works against these child boards.
Well, it was fun.
They have counterplay, but they gotta find it and know it, and yep.
I think Momo just eliminated CJ with it, which much of a muchness, you know. It was turn 1 Rup Sprite, turn 2 Rup Sprite. CJ just never got to a card that deals damage. 7th place for CJ. All 3 children still alive. 3 children and 2 cat girls. Kind of the story of the lobby, actually. Been a mainstay picks here. Yeah, against you.
I certainly have.
Against you, we're running the predicament and just setting up a big Dharma kill. Gotta assume that this is the non-Mirage card here. And this is definitely enough damage. I mean, Sue does have...
Well, but then the rebirth.
We're trying to overkill through Combined Worlds, I assume? Either way, Sue...
yes.
Either way, Sue...
I think so.
And we're seeing another cat girl get a... Oh no, this one actually wins because this board has no damage at the end. Alright, so one Nangongsheng falls, 2 cat girls, 2 Nangongshungs. So you and Wuxian both sitting on a little bit more destiny.
It's just crazy to see Nangong turning out every single game and the non-Nangong players not banning Nangong. This feels like it will not be replicated in future lobbies of the tournament, but let's see.
I feel like, yeah, they might be letting... The Wuxian running a classic board that was very popular before DX. Well, not very popular is necessarily a proper descriptor, but that was somewhat popular before DX came out, which is the Woodseal, Heartfire, Cirque Combined World, Cirque Charge board. We saw it sort of briefly come back with the secret... with the Fire Seal, because you could run Blazing Prairie instead of the Heartfire and once again be good into DX, and then they nerfed it. Now that board doesn't work anymore. But yeah, in a lobby with no DX, that board still offers a pretty solid amount of defense and piles on the damage at the same time.
We're about to see a turn 2 kill.
That is... Yep, we sure are. Bye, Momo.
Sorry, Momo.
159. Yep. So it goes. Live by the Sky Spirit Tune, die by the Sky Spirit Tune.
That kills without a Sky Spirit Tune, does it not?
Overkill.
That overkilled by 52.
Overkilled by
That's only 40.
7 times 7. Yeah,
52.
that's true.
Yeah.
You are correct.
I mean, they just... I think both of them just had the same turn 2 kill, and it was just whoever played it first.
Oh man, that was not the rebirth. Alright. This is there. I don't know how good this board is into enemy Nangongshungs. It seems like the Combined Worlds lines up awkwardly. Siu's card quality is very, very high. Wow, this really does feel like we've got Musician Dharma and 2 UWF Childs. One of them's running the Heartfire Combined Worlds charge board. This kind of does... Yeah, this is kind of a nostalgic matchup here as we go into the tail end of this event, of this round of the tournament.
It was Flame Soul Rebirth all along. We can make arguments. As we've said, people have flip-flopped a lot on whether they actually like playing Flame Soul Rebirth in various seasons, time periods of the game. It has inarguably performed incredibly, this lobby.
Yeah, these Dharma hackers would just be running the world if it wasn't for the two Nangongsheng revives making their life so much harder.
Yep.
I like the combination of Apparition, Confusion, and a Mirror Flower at the end, just to really make sure the job gets done.
Raw Mirror Flower, 3 defense better than a normal attack. This is a pretty good board against Apparition Confusion, though. It only attacks twice per cycle. It's
true. It's funny. Dharma does not kill. That is rough. Because it means the Apparition Confusion has to finish off the first round, and then you're dead. So.
Yep.
It does actually beat Seal's board, though. Not that it matters, it just means they take a parting shot at Seal on the way out. So, Xian versus Seal. So, Seal won the last fight, but now Xian's just swapping to the classic UWF board with Vine, and I feel like that's got a break in their favor. I didn't catch who was faster here. I assume Seal, but I don't know what they took on tier 5.
Yeah, the Vine definitely does seem like the better tech here, because the start Combined Worlds is just very slow to come out unless you put it at the first 2 cards of the board, and then you delay chasing a bunch. And I feel like Cert Combined Worlds is kind of the only way you catch up to the Vine's extra damage and chase block. So it looks like Xian is the faster of the 2.
Yeah, and in that case, I don't know why I assumed Seal would be faster. Of course, Plant Master and Elixirist both have access to extra cultivation, so yep, faster. The board that lets them take an extra turn with the Entangle, and that's all she wrote. So a nice little showing for Nangongsheng here.
There's something a little classic about them. Obviously, they've used many permutations, variations through the end of that lobby to skillfully navigate to the end, but the final board there, just the literal most classic version of Plan.
Yeah. Let's get you back on camera, and I have gained access to a means of determining some points. So shall we determine some points together?
Let's determine some points. I predict Momo is in the points lead, having taken first, fourth.
I would say so. So I can go through and fill this out properly later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go first to 8th because we know who's in first. So Momo racked up 25 points total. 25? Yes, 25.
Let's take note that you are annotating placements in the 3-game columns, not points.
Yeah. I'll do the placements later because it's a little late here and I've got to go to bed soon, but we can at least do this. So, Momo's at 25. At 23 points, we have Xian, who just will take down the final, so they're both through. At 15 points, so a pretty big drop to next place, it is Seal. So Seal, we're going to get to see in the top 16.
Fantastic.
And then the final person who has made it through on is 14.5 points because of the splits. Is Songjian, who we accidentally said was in last, but they are not.
Oopsie. Yeah, it was 4D. 4D was the one who
unfortunately
did not have the most favorable showing today.
Yeah, unfortunately.